Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Monster Hunter Rise. In this episode, we are going to be checking out all of the ranged weapons. Hope you enjoy. Okay, ranged weapons. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Manage equipment. Change equipment. We'll do the bow first, because the bow is probably the most simple, I think. Maybe. We'll see. So, you have coatings for the bow. You can put coatings on. I can't remember how. Okay, I think it's just triangle. So you always want to have some kind of coating on most of the time. If you've got close range, so you've got close range, power. How do I do this? So yeah, you have all the different elements basically. You've got so close range is just deals more damage when you're up close. Power is just extra damage. Then you've got poison, paralysis, sleep, and blast. All of those are just status effects that build up over time. Let's see if I can show you with blast, maybe. Might be a good one to sort of show it off. So you've got L2 to aim, R2 to fire. You can charge up to 3 levels, I believe. Nope, 2 levels, my bad. Oh, I believe. So if you... Is it... Wait, how do you do this? There you go. The blast went off just then. Oh, it might be because... Oh, it's because it's a beginner bow. It doesn't have all of the charge levels unlocked. So when you get more powerful bows, they'll be able to charge up higher levels of damage. So I think this one only goes up twice, but I think you can get up to 3. And I believe you can get up to 4 maybe as well through special circumstances / late game gear. So yeah, you've got the standard shot, which we've obviously shown you. You can take your coatings off at any time as well to go to normal arrows as well. There is always a sweet spot with the bow and arrow. I'm not too sure if... So yeah, now I'm at not good range now, so my arrows will do less damage, because you can see the icon has changed. So it doesn't really matter what I do, it's just like 1 damage. But now it's turned orange, we're back in like damage range now. It's actually very satisfying in this game, they've done a good job. You also have circle for a melee attack. This is... it's not the best. I will say, however, it can be used to cut off tails, I believe, which otherwise the bow doesn't generally have the capability to do. There's only a couple of bits that can. Basically, this can cut off tails, and I believe that this can cut off tails as well. The firework arrow. Yeah, that firework arrow does a lot of damage. Depending on what level your bow is charged to, I believe it does like more damage. Yeah, it keeps your charge basically. Yeah, there we go. And I believe that can cut tails off as well. You can also... What else can you do? I'm trying to remember how you friggin' do this now. There you go. So if you're charging up an arrow, you can push circle, and it will fire a... well, it's usually a volley of arrows, but I guess in this case it's not. There we go. Okay, so if you shoot without aiming, and then you push circle, you do a power shot. And wow, you can do extra ones, it seems. Awesome. I like that. Wait, can you still do it actually with... Oh, you can still do it, even when you're aiming. So you can combo it into circle to do extra damage on the end. That's really cool. What else have we got? I'm trying to think of what else this weapon can do. Oh, you can Dragon Piercer without aiming. You can probably do that in World as well, but I just didn't remember it. What else we got? I don't actually remember what else you can even do here. But I think we've basically seen the bow. You will notice that the damage is, to begin with, a little bit... until you get used to the optimal combos and stuff, you'll notice your damage is a little bit lacking. The same goes for all of the ranged weapons. Like, it can take a while to get to a sort of like a good level where you can sort of actually deal decent damage. If you're looking to go from close range to long range, the bow is a good starting point. It's the least complicated, I would say, personally. Next up, the light bow gun. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, light bow gun. This is going to be interesting. I don't have a clue what I'm doing with this one. So with the bow guns, you have different ammo types, which are on the right-hand side of the screen, and above that is your ammo count. Once you run out of ammo, you have to reload. Different bow guns have different reload times, and they have different capacities for different ammo types. So normal ammo, every bow can use, as far as I'm aware. Every bow gun can use. You have an unlimited amount of it. I can't remember what I'm doing. Whoops. Okay, that's an explosive. We'll talk about that in a second. So R2 to shoot. So this bow gun is rapid fire. There are other bow guns that are not rapid fire. Triangle will reload you. This will always do the same shot no matter what I do, which is fine. It has a fairly fast reload. Now if I go into the menu now, I can change to a different type of ammo. Let's go for shrapnel ammo. What the hell is shrapnel ammo? Let's try that. I don't actually know what that is. Is that like shotgun? I don't really remember that. Let's change to spread ammo, because that is like a shotgun. So that's like three hits. Does more damage up close. What else have we got here? You can get like explosives. Explosives. There we go. And you can get like the different status ailment types as well. And you can also get slicing ammo, which is the only type of ammo that can cut off tails. Those ones will go like that, and then after a period of time they'll just slice. You can also tranquilize monsters as well. With this, you have to hit them a few times and then they'll fall asleep. It won't work on this guy, but looks a bit like that. And yeah, you have different levels of ammo and all sorts. It's kind of crazy. Now let's show you the special abilities. So if you look at the damage of this, it's like 4 damage, well, it's 12 damage, adding it all up. But you can increase that quite exponentially if you were to lay this mine, for example, and then shoot at it. And then you've got all this extra damage coming off of the mine, and eventually it will go. You can melee attack as well. This is blunt damage, can knock a monster out. A little bit crazy. I used to do that all the time for some reason when I used to play Bowgun. Not really my smartest move, but yeah, you can do that. What? I'm sure that there's other stuff here. Okay, so we've got 2 down now. There you go, now you can shoot both of them, and the damage will immediately start mounting up. It's also worth mentioning, if a monster just, like, runs into those mines, they will explode, dealing damage based on the amount of damage that the monster would have dealt, I believe. So however strong the attack is that hits the mine, the stronger the explosion, I think. Yeah, that's about it for the bowgun. Like, it can do a lot of different things, but it also requires a lot of preparation, because you have to make the bullets for it as well, which will cost you money. You can also customize your bowguns as well. You can attach silencers, attach a long barrel. You can get scopes for certain types of bowguns as well, to turn them into almost snipers. And then finally the heavy bowgun. Now this one is very much the same as the light bowgun. It's just like the bigger variant, basically. So you're a lot slower when you have this one. You roll slower as well. You can still melee attack. I think it does about the same amount of damage. Let's find out. Oh, it does a bit more damage. Naturally, this will deal more per shot, but it's a little bit slower. They usually take a bit longer to reload as well, but this particular one seems to be fine. And yeah, it's the same deal. It's just it's a much slower weapon, and instead of having mines, you have a special ammo type. And that special ammo type. So this one is a sniper, and then it explodes, dealing loads of damage. And then you have to wait for that big bullet on the right-hand side to reload before you can fire another one, essentially. You can also get bow guns, heavy bow guns, that can turn into machine guns for a temporary amount of time, of course. And they're very cool. They're a lot heavier. They take longer to like sheath and unsheath, but yeah, cool. I mean, I think that's about done it, to be honest with you, for now, until we get more like more stuff. So yeah. The next time you see me, I'll be back in the village, and we'll be ready to start the first urgent quest, or replay the first urgent quest, I guess. So yeah. Let's end the video. What am I doing right now? I'm just like blah 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah, this is most of the boring stuff out of the way now. We've done all of the weapon tutorials kind of thing. Well, I say I've given my own weapon tutorials. They're not really like amazing, but hey, I did my best. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use yet. I'm going to think on that. We'll have decided by the time I come back. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Farewell.